Hey everyone, Shabim here and welcome back to another match in our advent calendar of NXT matches for NXT TakeOver advent calendar time. Aced it. I ace it every single time. There we go. Anyway, this match is going to be for the NXT UK Championship. It is Pete Dunne versus Walter. Now, this for me is fairly obvious which way this is going to... I don't know. I'm assuming it's fairly obvious. I mean, Pete Dunne's been champion now for like 18 months, nearly 2 years. I think it is time for change. I don't know if there's any plans for Pete Dunne to move on to the main roster. That's my only thought, you know. Because he is very good. I mean, still, he's great in the ring, but still, he just sometimes looks a bit awkward as a character. I'm not quite sure if I'm being a bit harsh there, but sometimes I look at him and think he just... Sometimes he looks like he's absolutely spot on, and sometimes you look at him and you're like, you don't quite look natural at this point. I think he's still got a bit worse. He's still very, very young, though. He's still very, very young, and I do think he's going to be an absolute superstar in the future. Wow, that man's mouth was massive. He is going to be an absolute superstar in the future. But I feel like it's time for a bit of change in the NXT UK Championship picture. Pete Dunne has been the champion for a very, very long time. And Walter is the first... In my opinion, Walter's the first real big threat that Pete Dunne has had to deal with. I mean, Tyler Bates one thing and the other guys are something, but for me, Walter is a massive, massive unit. He's one of the world's top wrestlers. He's been very underrated. Underrated by me as well, to be honest. I'll be completely honest with that. I sort of saw Walter wrestle a few times and I wasn't that impressed. However, the more and more I've seen him work for PWG and stuff like that as well, I've realised that he is actually very good at what he does. He's been signed up now by WWE, of course, for the NXT UK brand. And I also believe... Well, I don't know if I believe it. I've sort of taken this upon myself to assume. But Walter... One of the reasons why Walter didn't sign sooner is because Walter has his own training school in Germany. And he didn't really want to give that up. So I'm assuming part of this deal with WWE is him to be... I don't know, maybe one of the trainers in the UK? It would make sense. He's got the ability and he's got the experience. It would definitely make sense for him to do so. But yeah, I feel like it would be... It's just been too long now for Pete. I mean, don't get me wrong, I rate Pete Dunne. If he stays the champion, I've got no problem with that whatsoever. But I feel like he's been the champion for so long now that it's time we had a little bit something different. And this Walter could definitely be the man to do so. And he could be a dominant heel champion in NXT UK for a while and allow maybe one of the faces to come and have a go at the championship for a change. And of course, if you want to see more of these two, we are doing an NXT UK Universe mode at this point in time, so check out the channel for that. We are just about to get up to our first NXT TakeOver event, which is NXT TakeOver Frankfurt, which would be nice. So yeah, we're doing that. Yeah, but for me, I don't know if they... I had this situation at work myself, what I'm about to say now. I don't know if they would take Dunne away from NXT UK at this point in time. I mean, win or lose, I feel like that roster just needs that strength. At the moment, there's still quite a few new young people and they need to sort of develop and learn as they go along. So I feel like at this point in time, I feel like it might not be the best time. And then again, who knows? There could be a great opportunity for Pete Dunne to move on to the main roster and do some impressive stuff on Raw or SmackDown. And Vince has been saying how he wants some freshness and a very different style to what he's currently got, Pete Dunne. But the only problem is he's small, and we know what Vince's opinion are as a small people. I mean, I think we've got more chance of Vince wanting to take Walter straight into the main roster, to be honest with you. But we'll wait and see what happens. We know Triple H is a fan of Walter. There has been rumours of Triple H having his own sort of like evolution stable of some of the NXT guys, and Pete Dunne's always been rumoured of being part of that. But we'll see what happens. At the moment, Pete Dunne is being destroyed, though, by Walter. Walter's absolutely hammering Pete Dunne here, actually. And I see this happening in the match. I think Walter will take the control, using that strength advantage. I feel like in this one, Pete Dunne's going to go into this match as the face. And I feel like Walter's definitely going to take the strong, controlling nature in this match. And eventually Pete Dunne will just turn it around and get himself some offense. But so I do think that Walter will probably walk away with the championship. Just stamping right in the gut of Pete Dunne, and I'll stamp on the hand as well. Walter rolling Pete Dunne through. Walter just having a bit of a discussion with the referee. They're not quite sure what he's moaning about, but can't be anything too bad because he's controlling the match pretty convinced at this point in time. Walter with a big spear on Pete Dunne, taking him down. Again, Walter brings Dunne back up to his feet. Walter now... Oh my god, he's just marching around the ring and just buckle bombs Pete Dunne. Walter is dominating Pete Dunne a lot more than I ever suspected. Just pinching the shoulder of Dunne now. Walter with a pin. And there for a 1 count still. There's a lot of work to be done. Walter sending Dunne over the top, crashing to the ground below. Dunne with the jawbreaker on the outside. Remember, Dunne does have championship advantage if he can get Walter counted out. Might be his best chance of winning at this point in time. Based on this match so far, it's not looked good for Pete Dunne at all, has it really? Dunne slides back into the ring. But Walter's got him again straight away. Yeah, Walter's dominating this, isn't he? Walter's absolutely hammering them. So the referee wants to check Pete Dunne, insisting Walter move away, and Dunne seems okay to continue by the looks of it. I do like that. We don't often see that sort of thing, do we? I quite like that in this game. It's a different little aspect. Pete Dunne with a nice running knee strike, but Walter doesn't even drop, and then, oh! Walter returns just by knocking Pete Dunne's head off. I think Walter's just toying with Dunne here. I think he can win the match whenever he wants, just dropping his body weight across the chest of Pete Dunne. Now just pinching the shoulder of Dunne as well. Walter now into the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Big boot in the spine of Pete Dunne. Drops the boots into the gut as well. There's the snapmare by Walter. A big knee into the spine. And now locks in the submission, just pulling the arms of Pete Dunne against his own neck. It's painful from like 50 different angles, this one. Pete Dunne rolling Walter through. Dunne now DDT, hook the arms, and Walter might regret not winning this one earlier on because Dunne is now back in this match and... Oh, I'll take it back. Walter now just kneeing Dunne into the gut and then slamming him down. Jawbreaker there by Pete Dunne. Went for Walter, but Walter catching that stiff right hand and just clotheslines him down. There's the pin. 1, 2. Still only a 2 count. Walter still can't believe it. He's still not going for the win though, is he? He's just toying with Pete Dunne. Walter now stalking Dunne. Went to try maybe locking that sleeper hold, but Dunne caught him. Walter fighting back. Big boot in the gut. Walter taking Dunne up once again, slamming him down. I am really looking forward to this match, you know. It's probably one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most in the whole of the weekend of WrestleMania. I suppose I'm a little bit... Walter in a full earthquake thing here. I'm a little bit... It's the best way of putting it. Oh, I need a 2 count. I'm a little bit... I've forgotten the word. You know what I mean. I'm bound to like this one more because it is UK. And being a UK wrestling fan and seeing these guys wrestle live, I suppose it's going to happen this way, isn't it? I don't know why I can't remember this bloody word. What a German. I love saying that. What a German. Is that Walter or the suplex? Both. Oh, well, Walter's not German. I keep forgetting that. Walter's Austrian. Pin by Walter once again. And it's still not enough to keep Pete Dunne down. Dunne has been incredible so far. But Walter stalks and again looking potentially for that sleeper hold, but Dunne reversed it once again. Walter again sending Dunne into the corner. Walter sending Dunne off the ropes and into a drop kick into the corner as well. Walter stamping on the arm of Dunne, now rolls him through. Walter with a snapmare. Oh, nice running knee again by Dunne, but Walter just doesn't drop. Walter just stays up. I don't remember Walter actually going down the ground at all in this entire match. Walter now superplex on Pete Dunne. How is Dunne still going? He's been absolutely brutalized this entire match. Walter once again stalking the grounded Pete Dunne. And this time he's going to go for the pump handle, slamming Pete Dunne down hard. There's the pin, and surely we have a brand new... No, we don't. Holy hell, how? How do we not have a brand new champion? Pete Dunne rolling him through. Just stamping the back of the arm of Walter. There's the pin, one. Only a one count. Dunne now locking in the headlock on Walter. Grounding his opponent, keeping him down. It's probably the best bet. Walter with Dunne up on his shoulders, slams him head first into that turnbuckle. Walter now drops his body weight into the chest of Pete Dunne. 1, 2. Again, Dunne kicked out. What is up with this match? Well, Dunne went for a discus and Walter caught him by the neck and just lobbed him. Just lobbed him across the ring, crash into the mat. Dunne step into it, but again Walter just doesn't drop. And now Walter does finally drop. Pin by Dunne. It's be really against the odds if Dunne was to win this. At this point in time, Walter's dominated the match. Walter slowly back up to his feet. Dunne sends him over the top of the rope, crashing to the ground below. This has been a hell of a long match, this one, hasn't it? Dunne went for another step into Guri. Walter moved out the way and Dunne fell flat on his face, but Dunne fighting back once again. Dunne slides back into the ring, as does Walter. Walter knee strike right into the back of Dunne. Now wrenching back the hands once again, pulling him into his own neck. Walter doing really well. Walter now rolling Dunne through. I don't know how Walter hasn't won this match yet. Dunne's shown incredible Incredible versatility, but now Walter locking in the camel clutch submission. Is this going to be enough finally? There's been a lot of damage done to the back during this match. Is Dunne going to finally tap? Dunne's out. Dunne is out. This would actually be a really good finish to the match, this would. And this is actually highly possible as well. So Pete Dunne did not tap out. The referee stopped the match. You see here the referee stopped the match there to check on Dunne. Earlier in the match, that was. But the match did continue on, and Walter continued to assault and assault and assault Dunne. Every time Pete Dunne thought he'd done something good, Walter just had a return. And eventually, Walter locked in the camel clutch. Dunne was in so much pain from the damage done throughout the match that he passed out, and the referee had to stop the match. So Walter wins this one by KO, essentially. And Walter becomes the brand new NXT UK champion. There we go. Good lad, Walter. Well done. So this is what I think will happen in real life. I think Walter will win the NXT UK championship, and Pete Dunne will be given a bit of time to maybe fight for that championship again, or who knows, maybe spend more time on NXT, or maybe spend more time on the main roster. Maybe 205 Live. Who knows what the future holds for Pete Dunne. I hope it's not 205 Live, but who knows what the future holds for Pete Dunne. But this would be an interesting way to finish it as well. If Pete Dunne is knocked out, rather than pinning or submitting, and then it doesn't take away from Pete Dunne's strength then. So that'd be a very interesting way of doing things if they did do it that way. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do hit a like. Of course, subscribe if you want to see some more. We'll be back with our next match tomorrow in the NXT TakeOver Advent Calendar Match Finale Special playlist thing. Yeah. I've been Shabby Game Effect. I'll see you next time. Bye.